So to continue, we got Midnight's Satanic Royalty. Very very kind of old school heavy metal album, or heavy metal band, excuse me. Next we got Misfits, Famous Monster. I actually really enjoy this era of Misfits. I enjoy all era of Misfits. That is one of the punk bands that I really enjoy. Yeah, great album. Songs around here again? Oh yeah, Scream, one of my favorite songs. Yeah, one of my favorite songs of all time. Next, we got Morbid Angels, Altars of Madness. Yeah, classic death metal album. Must have, if you like old school death metal. Next, Motorhead, Ace of Spades. I grew appreciation for this band quite a bit more when Lemmy passed away. Always liked him, but never really listened to him, I guess, until he passed away. And I know that sounds kind of lame, but growing an appreciation for him. They were a great band. It's really sad to see him go. I did get to see them once briefly at Mayhem Festival, I think in either 2011 or 2012 was when they played with Slayer and Slipknot, so that was cool. Even though I wasn't totally into them at the time, I still can say that I saw them. Next we have Muse's Absolution, my favorite album by them. Some of the songs on there are just really catchy rock. Alright, then next we have My Bloody Valentine's, Loveless. Gotta be in a certain feel for this album, but great, I guess you could call them shoegaze. Yeah, I don't know, I enjoy the feel of it, whatever you want to call them, but yeah, just a band that I enjoy. Next we got My Chemical Romance's Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge. I never was totally into that band actually as a kid, so I didn't have my emo phase per se. Actually, when they came out, I didn't really listen to them a whole lot. I've kind of grown to appreciate them the older I get. I do like that band though a lot. Alright, so to continue, we got Nails, Band in All Life. One of the gnarliest albums I have ever listened to, and probably will ever listen to and enjoy. Very harsh, power violence, grind, hardcore kind of mix. Yeah, when this album came out, I remember I wasn't 100% sure how to process it until I fully listened to it and totally got into it. But yeah, let's just say that this is the album that I used to work out with and run for quite a while. Not to sound like a douchebag, but this will get your adrenaline going, I promise you, if you actually enjoy that type of music. Next, we got Nails, Unsilent Death. That was their first full length. That one's also pretty gnarly. Good album to listen to. And then their more recent work, You Will Never Be One of Us. Again, Nails, they do what they do. Except this album was a little bit catchier to me. Had some more hooks. Had some gnarlier guitar solos on it. So it's just them evolving as a band. Next we got Napalm Death's Time Waits for No Slave. This is probably second, because I haven't been able to find a copy of it. Harmony Corruption is my favorite album by Napalm Death. One of my favorite grindcore albums of all time. Or grindcore bands, sorry, of all time. Haven't been able to find that physically yet for a decent price. But yeah, this is my second favorite. Time Waits for No Slave. Next we got Nirvana's Bleach. I'm actually not really the biggest fan of Nirvana's entire discography. I grew up listening to them quite a bit on the radio and Guitar Hero and stuff like that. But they're cool, but I would say that album is the one that I enjoy the most from them. So, Bleach. Next, we got Obituaries, Inked in Blood. Some of the earlier work is alright, but I actually really enjoyed this album for a newer death metal band. This is one of the few death metal bands that I've heard who still just has their own sound and does their own thing and doesn't really do anything to appeal to anyone. They just keep on doing what they do, and it's cool. And they're fun to see live as well. Next, we got Nothing's Tired of Tomorrow. Very cool. I guess you could call them shoegaze. we could call them. I really enjoy them. Very mellow music, very similar to like maybe like Slowdive, something like that. Yeah, something like that. But their lyrics are very, very nihilistic and really sad. So it's stuff like that. I think this was their first album to continue. Guilty of Everything. Here's that. Next we have Nunslaughter's Angelic Dread. Really interesting death metal, black metal. They actually have invented their own genre, devil metal. They love everything satanic and death related. So yeah, wouldn't quite call them a crossover between death metal and black metal, but they almost are. It's pretty cool. Like a lot of old school stuff. Next we got, oh yeah, I forgot I had these two CDs in here. Next we got Noisums, Blossoming Decay. I saw this band when this album, I think, just came out, so I picked up this. This is a Japanese copy. Picked it up. I love this band. They're like a grindcore, thrash metal, death metal combo type band. One of those bands that just have a bunch of different influences, similar to like Power Trip, and they just comes together really, really well. Very young band, but one of the younger bands that are kind of picking up an older sound. But yeah, this is another one of this was their first album, Agony Define. Artwork's pretty cool too. Yeah, I love these guys. So yeah, there we are. And I'm gonna have to get out an entire thing real quick, so just give me 1 second. Oh yeah, so to continue with that band, Oathbreakers, Maelstrom? Do you believe that's how you pronounce it? So yeah, we got Maelstrom here. I love this band, Oathbreaker. It's a very interesting type band. They're almost like a black metal / hardcore / not shoegaze. They're sort of similar to Deaf Heaven, just a modern take on like black metal and shoegaze influences. Not the same as Deaf Heaven though. They have a female fronted vocalist, but here's Rhea to continue. One of my favorite albums of 2017 as well. Flawless almost in my opinion. So next, another classic, Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz. It's a great album. One of my favorite classics, absolutely. Next we got, oh yeah, another Ozzy album, Diary of a Madman. Got this used, as you can see the sticker on it. Yeah, I think that actually, also one of my favorite classic heavy metal albums. Pretty close contender. Top 5, top 10. And here we go, we got Pallbearers Heartless. They're a doom band that I enjoy as well. Another doom band that I do enjoy quite a bit. They've got a little bit softer and more mellow type sound on that album. Some really interesting and soft, like more solos and vocal harmonies and really interesting stuff going on there. So it was a really unique and interesting doom album. Next we got Palms. Another one of Chino Moreno's side projects. I really, really enjoy that album quite a bit. Kind of like crosses. Similar in sound, but not quite the same. Still really good. Next, we got Pastel Ghost Abyss. Kind of similar sound to like Crystal Castles and Sidewalks and Skeletons. Very similar sound to that. Kind of like dreamy sounding pop. Kind of goth influence. Really cool. Next, we got Pathologies, the Time of Great Putrefaction. just a really gnarly, brutal death metal album. I enjoy it for what it is. It's got pretty good production, really clean sounding production. Next we got Pentagram's Relentless, badass old school rock and roll heavy metal album. Next we got, to contrast that, we got Wolfgang Amadeus by Phoenix. I enjoy this album quite a bit. Really cool pop rock album. Then next we got Power Trips, Manifest Decimation. As you can see right over there, I got their flag. One of my favorite albums of all time. One of my favorite bands of all time.